After the Walt Disney Company lost a lawsuit with the state of Florida that might cost $1 trillion over the next 100 years, after the Walt Disney Company lost $10 billion with their investments in India, after Disney was dropped to number 4 on the entertainment list for Fortune's most appealing corporations, you would have thought that the earnings call for Disney this Wednesday was already rough enough. Then Elon Musk entered the fight. Hello folks, welcome to the Pro Channel. Boy, oh boy, do we have a video for you. It is must-watch television. And Derek the DA joins us for this one. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, what's up, Pro? This was a juicy one, man. I love this topic right here, man. I love every bit of this story. I can't wait to talk about it with you.
This might be the story of the year, folks, and here it is out of thatparkplace.com by me, because this was published on Sunday, and well, somebody had to do it. Elon Musk and Nelson Peltz embraced publicly just days ahead of Disney's next earnings call. Musk hints he might acquire Disney. Yeah, it's that big. Bob Iger might want to order more ulcer medication. The richest man in the world, who had choice words for the Disney CEO at a New York Times summit, was just publicly embracing the man waging a proxy war for control of the Walt Disney Company. Lola went loca today, but not for the typical Hollywood reasons one might expect on a red carpet, that being the movie that Selena Gomez is in charge of. Instead, it could be the Disney CEO Bob Iger is seen red after a surely orchestrated public display of camaraderie was had between Nelson Peltz and Elon Musk. The latter is, of course, the man who famously told those companies boycotting X, formerly known as Twitter, for advertising money that they could go fund themselves. He then turned to the crowd and said, "Oh, hello, Bob," which was a reference to Disney CEO Bob Iger, the man who had just moments earlier spoken in condescending tone about Musk and his behaviors. Here's what's going on, folks. Nelson Peltz wants 2 board seats. You all know that. He thinks that the Walt Disney Company needs to moderate itself. You all know that. Bob Iger does not seem to believe that same thing, and this is a tweet and a post on X that shows that the current board of directors at the Walt Disney Company has been underperforming the S&P 500 dramatically. But here's where the big news happens, Derek. Perhaps the biggest bombshell of Elon Musk joining Nelson Peltz on the red carpet of Selena Gomez's Lola film was his hinting that he was with friends. And if you take a look at this image down below, who's that friend? Nelson Peltz right behind him. And thinking about companies to acquire. If there's anyone who has the pockets deep enough to actually help Peltz take control of Disney, it's Elon Musk. And there's little doubt in the timing of all this, considering the next earnings call for the Walt Disney Company is later this week. It's hard to imagine Bob Iger having the earnings call now without even a question about this possibility. Let's listen in now to what Elon Musk had to say at this premiere. And Derek, let's also say that I'm just betting that Elon Musk and Nelson Peltz, that they don't often for fun go to Selena Gomez movies and premieres. Just a thought, folks, if you're wondering, what's going on here? He needed a photo op.
Why bomber jacket? I just pulled this out of my closet. So
it looks really cool, like a pilot.
Thanks. So I'm a pilot.
Oh, looking cool. So what brings you to the Lola carpet?
I'm just here with friends. Thinking about companies to acquire.
Whoa, like Fab TV? Maybe you can acquire Fab TV. Okay.
So
wow. Listen, I think that this story right here is probably the biggest story of the year. At least, the speculation in the room.
This is a bombshell, Derek.
This is amazing stuff that's happening right here. You're talking about Nelson Peltz, the guy that is currently embroiled in a proxy war. Okay, a proxy war with the Walt Disney Company trying to get on the board. And who does he happen to show up with at the Lola premiere? The richest man in the world, who just chance had beef recently with Bob Iger, at the Deal Book Summit there in New York. I mean, this is absolutely stunning. I can't believe that this is happening right now, because we've been talking about what would it take for, Disney to get itself back on the right track. What would it take for Disney to, get Marvel right, to get Star Wars and Lucasfilm back on the right track? And a lot of us have speculated, they probably need to sell the company. They would probably need to at least acquire it, get it under new management. So now we're looking at Nelson Peltz, and Elon Musk arm in arm at a premiere. And Pro, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but do you know on that one picture, go back to that picture with Nelson Peltz, that one right there. Do you know who the two people are to the left of Elon Musk?
Please share.
That's Nelson Peltz's kids. That's Nicola Peltz and Will Peltz. So
do they call him Uncle Elon? Do they call him Uncle Elon?
Welcome to the family. This is absolutely incredible stuff that's going on right now. Elon is hugging these guys. He looks like a member of the family. All right. I'm pretty sure right now that Nelson Peltz and Elon are drinking coffee, sipping it together as they're discussing how they're going to reshape Disney in the future. And boy, I am excited about this, man. You know me, I am a Star Wars fan. I have been begging someone to come in and swoop in and save Star Wars from where it's at right now. Now, it's speculation, it's rumor. We completely understand that. But folks, get excited, okay? Because we got an earnings call coming up next. And boy, I can't wait to see you guys cover that. I know you're going to be covering that. That's right. And I can't wait to watch.
We'll start at 2 p.m. Eastern time, Derek, on Wednesday here on this channel. Of course, folks, also make sure to check out Midnight's Edge at noon that day, Eastern. But then at 3:45, 4 o'clock Eastern, we're going to switch over to the Valiant Renegade channel, and we'll do live coverage there. So coverage all day of this. And for Elon Musk, of course, they've got all the way until April for this ballot vote and for Musk to really make some moves. But this is a move. And folks, I mean, there's no way to look at this any other way possible. This is a shot across the bow. Bob Iger knows what he's facing now. He is facing an Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, whose net worth, by the way, is bigger than the entire net worth of the entire Walt Disney Company. Just Elon Musk's personal net worth bigger than Disney, period.
Wow.
Of course, he doesn't have to spend every dollar he has to get Disney. He doesn't have to even buy a majority or anything like that. Nothing close to that. And of course, he could not have that kind of liquid cash made available. But he has a megaphone that is unlike anybody else right now, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
And Disney's really got to be worried right now. He could form a coalition of stockholders very easily. He has the personality, he has the type of communication skills to do it. Now, Derek, one thing that we need to look at is that, we need to consider the history here with Elon Musk. Mm-hmm. And I would suggest to folks out there, there was a time when many thought that he was trolling us greatly on the Twitter deal. He was never going to buy Twitter. Yeah. It was all just it was a joke. There's no way he's going to do it. Then he bought it. And now, that's right, Derek, the journalists out there are being fired in mass in an election year. Okay? Being fired in mass in an election year. And Elon Musk is making big deals on X and Twitter, despite the efforts from the corporations to boycott him. Remember, the corporations own the news media. They're boycotting him. Isn't stopping him. He's hired Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon, Tulsi Gabbard, and a whole bunch of others to come on there.
Jim Rome, I think Jim Rome as well, right?
Jim Rome now there. I want to show you this. This is completely off topic, sort of, Derek. I want to show you how much. I want to show you how much the news hates Elon, and they're going to hate him way more because he's going to. He says he's going to acquire a company, and folks, he said he was going to get Twitter, and he did. So we can all sit here and think he's trolling us, or he's trolling Disney, or he's trolling Bob Iger. Fine, think that. But the man did what he said the last time. Here's how much they hate him. Take a look at this. I want you to see this article real quick, folks. This is out of Fortune, so this should be a legit article, right? This is objective news. It's by Tom Krisher and the Associated Press. So Fortune running the AP. Even more credentiality here. Elon Musk has to recall nearly every Tesla sold in the U.S. because some warning lights are too small. Derek, can you believe this? Every Tesla almost in the entire country is being recalled. Can you believe that? It's amazing, isn't it? Well, let's go down here. I want to show you something. Because here's what it says. The agency, now remember, the headline says one thing. Here's what's really going on. The agency says that the brake, park, and anti-lock brake warning lights have a smaller font size than required by federal safety standards. That can make critical safety information hard to read, increasing the risk of a crash. Tesla has already started releasing the software update, and owners will be notified by letter starting March 30th. In other words, This is an over-the-air software update that happens automatically. And the mail that you receive is a notification on your screen.
Mhm.
That's how much they hate Elon. Are all the Teslas in North America being recalled? Folks, on a technicality, you could say that,
Sure.
but 99.99% of the people, when they think of recall, they think of something else other than, oh, it's a software update because the font was 13.5 and the NTSB requires 14 now. That's how much they hate him, Derek, and they're going to hate him a lot more. I mean, they're really going to hate him. Let's read a little bit more, then I want you to opine. The public appearance of the two most prominent men wishing for a change at Disney comes just 6 days after Musk had called for leadership change at Disney. The CEO of SpaceX and Tesla said current leadership of the company was destroying it. Said statement seemed to be prompted by a new disclaimer Disney had placed on the animated classic Aristocats, which now maligns the movie as featuring inappropriate content by today's standards. And there you can all see the normal thing that we've had on here before. This has negative depictions and or mistreatment of people, yada, yada, yada. You get the idea. They've slapped this on all their legacy content almost. And Aristocats, Derek, what I'm hearing, now I don't know, and by the way, Elon's statement from 6-7 days ago was current Disney management is destroying the company, time for change. But Derek, just like with the recall, you might look at that Aristocats label and think, oh my gosh, this must be horrible for a company to, say this about their content. Apparently, a little cartoon kitty cat holds chopsticks for two seconds in the film, and that was enough. Derek, I don't know about you. I am not myself Japanese or Asian. You don't appear to be either. But
nope.
I don't think neither of us is going to offend anyone if we use chopsticks to eat our sushi later this week. I just don't. But apparently, if a cartoon kitty cat does it, it's too much. Slap it with a label. Derek, they've lost their minds. Now they're going to gain Elon Musk, it looks like. Tell us how this is going to play out.
Absolutely lost their minds. Listen, Disney has gone far too far, trying to appeal to every small little demographic to make sure that they don't offend anyone. And it's just backfired in their faces. We had China come out last year in regards to The Little Mermaid. China loves The Little Mermaid. They love the story. And they made a point to tell Disney, hey, guys, you're going too far with this political correctness. It's now to the point where China has completely backed out of the markets, of the Hollywood studio film markets. They have absolutely backed out. They no longer want to have anything to do with Hollywood. And Disney is one of the biggest proponents of those reasons, because they keep pushing woke ideology down everybody's throats. And here we go with the Aristocats. Oh, let's put a warning label in front of this thing. It's like, come on, guys. We're all adults here, and if we have children, we'll teach our children. You don't have to teach them. We'll teach them, all right? That's our job as parents. But it seems like Disney wants to take over, social discourse, and that's one of the problems that got them in hot water with Elon Musk. The fact that they wanted to ban this advertising or no longer have any advertising on X, and because of that, they got into hot water with Elon Musk. Elon Musk said what he had to say. Oh, no, don't advertise. I don't want you to advertise with me. You're not going to blackmail me into, doing things your way, and it seems like that set off a collision course with Elon Musk and the Disney Corporation. Now Disney or Elon sitting right there next to Nelson Peltz saying, hey, it's time for a change. And I'm just amazed at how quickly all of this has come together. So I'm excited to see if Elon Musk can absolutely pull this off. I am stoked about it because to me, this is exactly what Hollywood needs. We've been discussing how Hollywood has nothing going on for itself right now, especially in the Walt Disney Company. They don't have a lot to look forward to in the next couple of years. And, Elon Musk is probably seeing this and saying, now is the time. If you're going to strike now. Let's get this company up under good management instead of what they're under currently. Let's see if we can save this, because I am one of these people. I'm a traditionalist, and I believe that the Walt Disney Company, the company that Walt Disney, the man, the myth, the legend himself, the man built an amazing company for entertainment, for families, and for children, theme parks all over the world, great movies that we all grew up loving. I feel like that's a company worth saving. I don't want to see Disney collapse and burn to the ground. I want to see it saved. And I think if we get the right people in there, it can happen. But it's going to start with getting the current regime out. All right. And that means Bob Iger, and you guys, you're not going to be able to control this thing. We're going to have to get some new voices in the room. And that's, Nelson Peltz and Elon Musk, who are focused on, hey, how's this thing doing? What's the bottom line? making money and making content for kids and for families that we can all enjoy. And so that's what I'm looking forward to. And I hope this happens, man. I am so excited about this news.
Derek, before these SpaceX launches would happen, 10 years ago, Elon Musk, before the launch, would take his family and go ride Space Mountain. He has a long-standing love for the company. I think he's emotionally invested in wanting to see this company succeed.
But
and
aren't we all, bro? All of us are emotional. I mean, your name is WDW Pro. You're emotionally connected. I'm emotionally connected. Disney is America. It's part of our lives. So to watch what's happening with this company, it's like, come on. So Elon is absolutely, going to have everybody's support behind this if he does this. I'm just honestly, it is so long overdue for Disney to finally get itself correct. And I just can't wait to see him. I am hoping that this happens. I know it's just speculation territory because all he said is, well, I'm looking to acquire, some business.
He's sitting there with Nelson Peltz, arm in arm. I mean, we're past speculation at this point.
Him and Nelson Peltz's family. Yeah, I'm thinking about acquiring some companies this week.
Just sharing a meatloaf after a Selena Gomez movie premiere with the Nelson Peltzes. Derek, man, think about the cascade of catastrophic decisions Bob Iger has brought upon himself. Just ponder about this for a moment. Think about it. Bob Iger did not have to decide to pull all the advertising for Disney from X.
No.
He didn't have to do that because think about this. Derek, is Disney advertising on TikTok?
Yeah.
Have they ever stopped advertising on TikTok? What about Instagram? You saw that congressional hearing where Zuckerberg got dealt blow after blow because Instagram can be bad for young women. Disney's still advertising on that, right?
Yep.
It was just Twitter/X, right?
Yeah.
And just so happens to be after Twitter/X became a force for free discourse and free discussion, free speech. And by the way, that puts pressure on all the other social media outlets so that they have a really hard time being draconian, which I think is what they would prefer. Disney singled out Elon, and then Bob Iger gets up there at that New York summit after they singled out Elon and his service, trying to bankrupt it, which has not succeeded. Again, the journalists are being fired in mass in an election year, and Elon is hiring. But nevertheless, they attempted to bankrupt him. After that, Iger gets up there and is condescending towards Elon.
Yep.
Now, this proxy battle that Iger is facing, that the effort is to move Disney back to the middle and get them away from this senseless, left-leaning Iger legacy that he's determined to build, a legacy of destruction. And who is it? Who is it that's going to help potentially Nelson Peltz get on top and get on the board and bring Jay Rasulo and some others in there and get this company back to the sensible center? Well, it's Elon Musk. It's the man they maligned. And it's just yet another terrible, terrible decision from Bob Iger. Had he not done what he did, had he not pulled the ads, had he not smarted off to the richest man in the worworld, none of this
might not be talking about this right now. We might not be having this conversation, bro.
It's hubris and stupidity.
He's made bad decision after bad decision. You're talking about this coming on the heels of the Florida case being dismissed out of court last week. So, I mean, it's just back-to-back problems with Bob
$1 trillion,
Iger.
Derek. $1 trillion over 100 years for the Disney World. Derek, they didn't even get to trial. And all the outlets. Remember the lying journalists who said, Florida, man, they've made a mistake. Disney's going to win.
Yeah.
It didn't even go to trial. They threw it out because they didn't have standing.
It's a trail of tears. It's a trail of tears of pixie dusters from here to Florida right now going on. And here's the crazy thing is that Bob Iger has just been making bad move after bad move after bad move. All of these moves that he's made, no matter what it is, it just seems like it's the wrong move. And now he's poked the wrong bear. He went after Elon Musk, a guy that was trying to stand up for free speech. You think about that. Like, why are you coming after free speech of all things to come after?
It's because the corporations should control it all. That's why. Because power to the oligarchy, baby.
He poked the wrong bear because the guy bought Twitter for that reason. So you think he cares? Come on, Bob.
Man, me and you are we're in lock sync right now, man. Let me tell you, lock sync. Yeah, Bob Iger thinks his hippo don't stink. That's what the problem is here.
That's the problem.
Hippo don't stink. Get that hippo in the 2 shower. Man, Derek, the next days are going to be intensely awesome and interesting. I do want to say this, folks. This earnings call coming up, you got to watch it. I mean, you got to be there for Midnight's Edge. You got to be here on this channel.
Wait.
You got to be. And Derek, if you can get on here, we'd love to have you Wednesday.
Oh, if I can make it, trust me, I'll be there. I'll be there with bells on because I can't wait to hear and discuss this. This is juicy, man. This is the juiciest thing so far this year in 2020.
Well, it's the number one entertainment. Well, it was the number one entertainment company in the world, and the richest man in the world is wanting to save it. I mean, that's that. People say, "Oh, pro, you're negative Disney. Oh, pro, you." Folks, no. We got a company to save, and here's the chance. And, and so, but here's the thing. I guess I want to say, this Wednesday is going to be fascinating, but this thing is going to get spicier and hotter, and it's going to be more volatile all the way up until April. No idea what's going to happen. Peltz could sell every share he's got. Musk could buy, tons of shares. Musk could start a coalition of folks out there that he knows and trusts and institutions to come in there and work wonders with Disney. We don't know what's going to happen. We have no idea. But this is coming to a head in April. And Derek, if Nelson Peltz and now apparently Elon Musk and Ike Perlmutter and whoever else wants to join him, maybe George Lucas will join him. Let's just keep going. But if they don't win in April, then I suspect, and folks, you tell us in the comments what you think about this. I suspect that they'll go for more board seats the next year because the momentum is going to build because 2024, I don't see any way in this world that 2024 is going to be anything other than the worst year in modern history for the Walt Disney Company. There is nothing for them in 2024. Nothing.
Yeah.
Eric,
it's a barren year. It's a graveyard out there for Disney. And I don't see how they get out of this year, looking good, or coming out on top in this year. So that's what I said. Like the time is now, Disney has not been in a worse situation than where it is right now. Coming off of last year, which was already a bad year, in the 100th year of the Walt Disney Company, last year was terrible. And now they're stepping into a year where they don't have many films coming out. And, everything right now is just coming to an head. Nelson Peltz is coming. He's pressing hard. Bob Iger is just making mistake after mistake in Florida. And now with Elon Musk, I mean, it's just going to get worse. And so I don't honestly see how Disney makes it out of this situation, without some major changes coming on that board, and I think, April definitely is the best opportunity, in my opinion. Go ahead, make some changes. Let's save this company that means a lot to a lot of people, across the world, not just in America, everywhere across the world. People have always loved Disney. They have theme parks everywhere. Everyone wants Disney to be successful. Nobody is praying for Disney's downfall, only in the sense that, hey, you're messing everything up. We got to let this thing fall all the way to the ground so somebody can, grab this company and build it back up to what it used to be. And so that's the only reason people cheer for Disney's demise. It's not because we hate Disney. We hate what Disney has become, and that's one of the things I think a lot of people lose sight of. I was listening to, I did a video actually on this, on George R.R. Martin, saying that, social media is polluted by anti-fans. People that just want to hate everything. They don't want to talk about the things we love. And I'm like, but we are talking about what we love. I love Star Wars. I just hate what they've done to Star Wars. So we have to start talking about the things we love, but we also have to hold these companies' feet to the fire and hold them accountable for what they've done and say, hey, enough is enough. Nelson Peltz, Elon Musk, you guys got my, shield. You got my sword. I hope you guys get it done. I'm rooting for you.
We got a company to save. Elon Musk isn't perfect, but by George, he's better than anybody on that Disney board right now by a factor of about 100. Yes, folks, if you like content like this, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Weigh in and turn this into a community-wide dialogue. And folks, if you are not yet subscribed to Derek Anderson, the DA, on YouTube, then seriously, what are you doing? The man produces excellence in the same way that we do right here, and we love it every single time. We hope you will too. Derek, we will see you this week. You were supposed to be here recording with us about the Ray movie. We've got a scoop on it. We'll get to that, but this was bigger. So we'll get there. I don't know when we're going to get there, but we'll get there. And you have a unique take on that because you were at Star Wars Celebration in the United Kingdom when Daisy Ridley was brought up on the stage, and so we're going to pick your brain about how that went, what the response was inside and outside the arena that day. So folks, you've got a lot to stick around for on this channel. If you're not yet subscribed, let's go and subscribe to Derek as well. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, keep having fun, and let's save the Walt Disney Company. Hey folks, don't forget that this Wednesday, February 7th, coverage of the Disney earnings call begins at noon Eastern with Midnight's Edge, followed by a special edition of the Pro Show, a pre-show of what we can expect to see, as well as coverage from Valiant Renegade beginning at 4 p.m., where the earnings report will happen live during the show with post-show analysis. Don't miss a moment.